Okay, so what does it actually take to give away 4 houses in a single video? It sounds insane, right? Well, today we're going to deconstruct one of Mr. Beast's biggest stunts ever to really understand the method behind all that madness. Let's get right into it. It all kicks off with this simple, almost ridiculous question: how you sell a fully furnished house for just one single dollar. I mean, really, think about that. This question is the hook that just pulls you right into the series of increasingly wild giveaways. So, here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll look at the big picture. Then, we'll dive into the 3 different types of giveaways. And finally, we'll put all the pieces together to uncover that secret formula behind Mr. Beast's brand of viral philanthropy. Right, so the main concept is just massive. Give away 4 houses in one video. But the real genius here is how it's broken down. Each giveaway is basically its own little story, its own social experiment, and each one is designed to hit you with a totally different kind of emotion. First up, the $1 houses. Now, the goal here wasn't just to give something away for cheap. Oh no, it was all about creating a public spectacle and capturing that pure, raw, unscripted disbelief on camera. And you know what? The first attempt was a complete and total flop. They put a little sign in the yard and got nothing. Nobody even noticed. So what's the Mr. Beast solution? Massive escalation, of course. A giant billboard on a super busy road. And that turns the trickle into an absolute flood of people. But even with a huge line of people, the biggest problem was just pure skepticism. The first guy to check it out was so suspicious, he actually asked, and I'm not kidding, "Is there a dead body in this bed?" It was so unbelievable that they had to pull up the Mr. Beast YouTube channel on a phone just to prove to him that it wasn't some elaborate scam. And honestly, you can't blame the guy for being skeptical because this house wasn't just an empty shell. It was packed with surprises. We're talking fully furnished rooms, a hidden home gym, and even a brand new gaming room with a PS5. It was literally too good to be true. And that is the payoff moment. After he sees everything, after he signs the paperwork, the buyer's reaction is just pure, unfiltered shock. That perfect moment where it finally hits him that, yes, he really did just buy a house for $1. Now, just to prove this wasn't some one-time fluke, they immediately do it again with a second house. And this time, they add another layer of absurdity. Behind a simple curtain was a room literally filled with stacks of cash, which, of course, also came with the house. Okay, so that was the spectacle. For house number 3, the strategy shifts completely. Instead of a public sale, this one becomes a frantic competition, pitting members of Mr. Beast's own crew against each other for the ultimate prize. The rules were so simple, but they were absolutely designed for chaos. The first cameraman to run around town and get 100 pennies from complete strangers would win the entire house. It instantly creates this high-stakes, super dramatic race against the clock. And this sets up a fantastic split-screen narrative, right? On one side, you have the cameraman just frantically begging strangers for pennies. And on the other side, you've got a separate crew on this massive, calm shopping spree, buying thousands of dollars of luxury furniture for a house that technically doesn't even have an owner yet. And believe me, they were not skimping. $7,000. And that wasn't the budget for all the furniture. No, that was the price tag for a single couch set, all for a prize that was still totally up for grabs. So after this crazy race across town, a cameraman named Brady sprints back with the final penny. And the payoff isn't some quiet phone call later. Nope, it's a sudden announcement right there in a parking lot that he's just won a brand new house. Just like that. But the real magic, the real twist, is in the reveal. See, Brady thinks he just won an empty house. But as he's touring his new prize, he discovers it's already fully furnished with this huge master bedroom, a fireplace, and then, for the final kicker, a secret staircase that leads down to a private movie theater. Unbelievable. So we've seen the public spectacle, and we've seen the wild competition. The final case study for the 4th and final house shifts the tone completely. This one isn't a game. It's not a stunt. It's a direct, life-changing gift for someone who truly, truly needs it. They find a woman who could really use a helping hand, they bring her to this house, and they just hand her the keys. And her reaction isn't that explosive excitement we saw before. It's just raw shock and confusion. The emotional energy is just completely different here. It's so much more personal. And this is where that classic Mr. Beast over-the-top generosity just kicks into high gear. It's not just a house. It's a fully furnished house with 8 brand new TVs, a lifetime supply of coffee, and oh yeah, a brand new car just sitting there in the driveway. Her overwhelmed reaction when she sees everything, especially the car, it just perfectly captures that moment. It's that point where gratitude just turns into pure, joyful disbelief at the sheer scale of the gift. So what have we got? A public spectacle, a frantic competition, and a heartfelt gift. 3 totally different giveaways, but they all follow the same playbook. It's time to finally break down the Mr. Beast formula. When you really boil it all down, this is what you get. The Mr. Beast formula isn't just about giving away money. It's a whole content strategy that fuses that massive generosity with classic storytelling elements. Competition, surprise, real, authentic emotion to create entertainment that is just built from the ground up to go viral. And this formula has some very clear ingredients, all of which we just saw in this one video. You've got the pure shock value of selling a house for $1. You have the manufactured drama of the penny hunt. You have that deep human connection from the direct gift. And it's all wrapped up in this over-the-top generosity that just makes every single moment feel larger than life. So this model is clearly incredibly powerful, both for making content and for giving back. But it does leave us with one big question to think about. When generosity becomes a form of entertainment, does that fundamentally change the nature of what it means to give? Something to think about.